Another day at Junahara. I have swept the floor outside, mostly. Still a lot to go, but new stuff have arrived. So I'll leave this for later. The chainsaw, not the chainsaw, but the circular saw. That's for the beehive. I have a guest coming from the tatami shop. The tatami shop, which is going to replace some of the tatami here, and just in time we have had this arrive, Zabutong, which is the seats, cushions. They have come all the way from a place called uh, Sagawa, I think. Kagawa, sorry, Kagawa. Sagawa's the. This is delivered by post. And this is the first time the SOG is coming to use, into proper use, to simply cut this open. Ooh, nice cushions, handmade.
Go, 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 go. Hi. Good. Hi. ずっと川で。あ、そこからずっと降りる。
So, Mr. Ushiro has left. We went for lunch. Shu came also, so the three of us went for lunch at Yuzu Yume, the pizzeria and the coffee shop near pizzeria and the curry shop nearby. So it's now gotten much darker. It's 2 hours later, and you've seen Ushiro-san taking the measurements of this room, the room next to the kitchen, and that took a lot of time because he needs to account for the elevation, the slight differences in elevation throughout this room. So he had to measure the thicknesses of each piece and look at how the current pieces are laid out so that he can make something that will fit this room. And that's the difficult part for tatami making actually, because making the tatami is one thing, but making them to the right size for each room is the more difficult thing. Professional tatami makers will allow for the expansion of wood and the differences in the way the wood is laid out. So they'll come up with something nice. So I can't wait for that to happen for this room. Each piece, by the way, will cost about $100 before tax, so $110. As for the other two rooms, you can see he has taken away the tatami mats because for those two rooms, he will be just replacing the covers, and that will cost, including tax, about $60 per piece. So you can imagine it's quite a large sum, over $1,000 for these three rooms. I can't afford to change the tatami mats for the other two rooms just yet, so those two rooms will have the tatami taken out, beaten, and then sunned. That should get rid of the mold that has grown on them over the last 1 or 2 years when this place was not inhabited. So that's it for now. And you may notice there's a huge hole there because I fell into it. The wooden pieces are very old. As you can imagine, with 100-year-old houses, and if you walk with too much pressure on one piece, it will just break. So I'm going to have to replace that piece. I'm going to take you to have a closer look. I fell into the hole. So the hole I fell into is here. It happened that this beam here, it sort of rotted away. You can see it rotting away. So when I stepped on this, these two planks broke. But I'm now going to be much more careful and walking around all those things. Once the tatami is in, it should be fine, but right now it's kind of dangerous around here. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys down. This is what's below the surface. So it seems that the problem is quite serious. If you look at that side, this piece of wood is rotting very slowly, and one pillar has even fallen off because it rotted off at the bottom. That's quite dangerous, so it needs to be propped up. The large pillars do seem like they have withstood the test of time, but I guess they need to be supported too, just in case. And the other thing is, if you turn around to the northern side, you get some traces of termite damage. Some holes here and there, which is why this pillar was probably affected, this beam here. And that's why when I stepped on it, it fell off. Let me show you how it looks like here. That's above ground. So I fell through here because this broke. And all these pieces of wood, they are very fragile right now. This one here is fine, but the ones that I just removed, so you can see, they have been rotting away. I can feel them being very, very soft. So this is another expense I have to try to get this replaced too. I'm not sure how much this will cost. Quite a lot of work, it seems. Come on. There appears to be nothing much I can do at this moment because the carpenter needs to come and have a look, give me a quote. In the meantime, I received this very nice block of sushi from Shu's mum. She's very good at making saba sushi, macro sushi, which she has pressed. And I know we're supposed to slice this up, but I'll just eat it like that because it's I don't have a knife right now. This is really so good. You have to have a closer look. It's like this. And then saba sushi. It's really difficult because you have to remove all the bones. And Shu's mom is 93. She made this.